Okay, so wholesale price is wholesale is the price of supplier. So you're a supplier. If you have a company, they sell it to you at wholesale. Retail is price for consumer. Okay, profit, it would be retail minus wholesale. Right? If you think of it that way, that is the profit. That's also known as the markup. Okay. And there it is again. Okay. When a person owns a business, she usually buys merchandise at a wholesale price. She then sells it at a higher price, right? So you buy at a wholesale price and then you sell at a higher price. That's basically how you make money. Okay. And that is called the retail price. Okay. To make a profit. The retail price is often determined by adding a certain percentage, right? Retail price is determined by adding a certain percentage, right, to the wholesale price. The amount added is referred to as the markup. So markup is increase that results in profit. So I've basically told you the same thing using different methods, different words, but right, markup, there's retail, right, there's wholesale, like those are, right, there's profit, like those are the four key terms that you need to know. Okay, sales taxes are usually added to the retail price, right? Sales taxes are added to the retail price. There are three kinds of taxes, right? Three kinds of taxes. There's the goods and service tax, there's a provincial sales tax, harmonized sales tax. That is not only BC, British Columbia, as far as I know. So we won't have to worry about it a whole lot unless the question says that. Okay. Jordan, that AC that you just wrote, can I have the actual copy of it, like the paper copy? I know you submitted it online, but I would like it also here. Thank you. Okay, so adding taxes to retail price. The PSD right now is 7%, right? GST is 5%. So if you're going to forget that, that's probably something you should add to your study sheet. Okay, combined, it's 12%. Most things are taxed PSD and GST, except for like meat, dairy, that isn't taxed. Okay, if you buy meat, you literally, like if it's 20 bucks for that pack of meat, you're gonna pay 20 bucks at the cashier. Okay, so there's a few exceptions that do not get taxed. There's also a few things that only get GST'd. That's a word I just made up, or only PST'd, right? Like there are some differences, and we will not necessarily cover that in this course. You will have a glimpse of it in grade 12 essential. Okay, so adding taxes to retail price, I would like you to copy this down. Let's say, right, a retail is 25 bucks. The retail price of an item is 25 bucks. What is the price? This is on page 41, Jordan. Oh, okay. Price after tax. How would you find the price of this item after tax? How would you do that? Well, you would do the following. You would go $25 and you would multiply that by 112%. And that's kind of weird, right? We don't do percentages like that. We convert it to a decimal. So we convert that to a decimal. If you divide this by 100, you would get 1.12. Because imagine 100% and you're adding 12% tax. So you literally are paying 112% of the original. So let's go ahead and use our calculators to do this. So 25 times 1.12, that is $28. So how much taxes did you end up paying? You went from 25 to 28, $3 in taxes. So this is the quick way of doing that. Anytime you see something at a store and you're wondering, do I have enough money? Multiply by 1.12, right? Do I have enough money? It's like $3.98. I have $5. Do I need more? Multiply by 1.12 and you'll know. Okay. Okay. So let's keep going. And I modified this a little bit. Okay. So page 42. Melanie owns a clothing store. Her standard markup is 85%. What does that mean? Her standard markup. That means that this store owner buys stuff, adds 85% to whatever she's buying, and that's what she's giving her customers. That's the retail. So she makes a profit of 85%, right? She bought a coat from the wholesaler at 125 bucks. What would the markup be? Okay, so we're going to answer A first here. They just want the markup. Well, we're going to find 85% of 125 bucks. 85% of 100 is the markup. So you go 0.85 of 125 bucks. And you get, let's calculate that together. You get 106.25. Is the markup. So she takes the item that's 125 and tacks on, like adds 106.25 to it before she puts it out for display, right? And then B, how much would Melanie charge her customer for the coat before and after taxes? So before tax, we're going to say 125 plus 106.25. Right? This is the wholesale plus the markup. Wholesale markup slash profit. Sorry, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room there. So 125 plus 106.25. That's 231.25. This is before taxes. Okay, that's what she would put on the price tag of that coat. That's what stores do, right? You don't see how much they got it for, obviously, because that sometimes you'd be outraged, right? And then so if they ever do like, oh, 50% off, 50% off everything in store, notice that they might have added 85% to begin with. So if they give you a 50% discount, they're still making money, right? They're still making 35%. So don't be fooled by that. After tax. After tax, we would go 231.25. So that's what I'm doing here. The work to find after tax, we would multiply that by 1.12. So you take the price because this is the retail, okay? I will put that down here, watch. This is retail. And coincidentally, that ends up being, I didn't even know this because I made changes to this booklet, but it's just 259 right on, right? 259 bucks if you figure this out. So this is after tax. This is like what you would be paying for that coat after taxes. What if it says, I'm going to do this here, okay? Determine the taxes only. What if it says determine the taxes only? Only wants to know how much would you pay in taxes. It's slightly different. It's 231.25 times, I used to do 1.12. Now I'm only going to go 0.12. So I'm going to highlight that, right? The difference, right? There's a 1 there, there's a 0 there. What's the difference? If you go 1.12, it will take the original and add the taxes to it, give you the total. If you only want the taxes, you're only finding 12%. So that's 27.75. Okay, so this is an aside that they didn't ask you for it. Another way could have been that you just subtracted these two to get you that 27.75. So watch the wording. There was a provincial exam in grade 12. I kept on teaching my students to always do this. And then the one question asked, what are the taxes only? And everybody did this, right? So I was like, no, if that ever happens, just change it slightly and you'll be fine. Okay. Number 4 here, build your skills. For all of them, we're going to find before and after taxes, okay? Calculate the retail. We're going to do that. And price after tax. We're going to do that in addition to what we did here. So I want you to use the notes I just gave you, okay, to try to answer the well, first of all, answer what they're asking you to do here. What's the markup? Then you're also going to answer A and B on the side after. Okay, so let's see how you do there. I will slide it down a bit so you can see my notes in case you missed it. So this is your chance to catch up on your notes if you were a little bit behind. Okay, the markup on a bicycle at a sporting goods store is 125%. The bicycle's wholesale price is $450. What is the markup in dollars? So essentially, right, you have that $450 bike, and you're gonna add 125% to that, right? So let's find what that is. I'm gonna show this step first. You don't have to. And this ends up being 1.25, right? And so that's 562.50. This is the markup. Or we can also refer to as profit, because this is what that company is going to pocket, right? If you were to buy that bike. So what's retail? retail is wholesale plus markup. So essentially it's the 450 plus the 562.50. And that is 1,012.50. Okay, that's retail. Price after tax, you would take the 1,012.50. We would multiply that by 1.12 because that's just, we know that that's what we need to do. And that is 1,134 exactly. It's interesting. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is probably not far-fetched. Like I know for a fact that some stores probably add 200%. Canadian Tire, I would not be surprised if they add 200% to everything they sell. That's why they're able to have 60, 70, 80% discount because they know they still make money. Okay. That's how they work. And then people are like, oh, look at that discount, right? So you buy it because you know, right? It's on sale. Why not? But don't feel bad for them. All right. I feel bad for you having to learn online, right? Must be interesting and weird at the same time. 4 questions here. I want you to always find the retail, unless it's asking anyways, you find it, price after tax. Okay, for all of them. Okay, so 5, 6, and 7. So go ahead and do that right now. We have 15 minutes left. I'm going to freeze my image a bit here just so I can flip over, okay? So what I will do is I'll just go through it and you can write it down if you'd like. And we'll always assume that taxes are 12%. Okay, I'm not going to assume you're going to know what British Columbians pay. So markup, retail, or also known as before tax and after tax. There's 6. So this question 7 is what should Max charge? They're asking like what should be the markup if he wants to make a 75% profit. So they're asking you what's the retail? Retail, right? Question mark. So you go 9 times 0.75. That's 675 of a markup. So it's 9 plus 675, 1575. Should charge this, right? You should charge 1575. We're still going to answer A and B like I told you up there. Retail is 575 and B is 1575 times 1.12, and that is 1764. I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of homework. So page 44, no, sorry, page 45, page 45 to 46 all, okay? It's not a whole lot, but it's taxes, and then tomorrow I will go over it, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to wait for him to do it. Well, I might do it a little faster,